What's up, y'all? Jakob Owens here, and today we got something kind of special and cool. So the Kyle Tyga Money Now video just dropped on YouTube. In fact, it's going on right now, the live premiere on Kyle's channel. But I wanted to quickly, I haven't done this in a long time, I just kind of wanted to talk about the general concept of the video, maybe how it happened, and just kind of break it down and show you guys a little bit of the edits right here and why it was edited the way it was. The direction behind it. I directed the video. The story was created by Kyle and myself, and I also edited and colored the video. Everything done right here. But just kind of want to talk about the idea real quick. Me and Kyle, like if you've been a long time follower of this channel, you know we've worked together since 2011, 2010 even maybe. And basically the whole idea for this video came about like the idea of rappers flexing and pretending, oh, we got money now. So taking it back to that idea of like the MTV days where you had MTV Cribs, all these rappers would show off everything they have. But the little twist on this is you think Kyle's showing off his house and all the stuff he has, but it turns out it's Tyga's house. And Tyga comes home early and, you know, Kyle has to like hide and kind of run away from him. And the whole time he was pretending that Tyga's house and everything that Tyga has was his stuff. So that's kind of the general concept behind the video. And so with that being said, going into the direction of how we were going to shoot it, you know, I watched a couple of the old MTV Cribs episodes and just knew we had to be super wide, do a lot of just steady cam, floating, pushing through everything 24 frames a second, because if you watch it, they do these edits where it'll play the clip, then it'll play the clip back slow-mo, but the slow-mo will be choppy. And that happens when you don't have a high frame rate, shutter and frame rate for doing slow-mo. So knowing going into it, everything has to be 24 frames a second. We got to shoot everything super wide on Steadicam and have a second camera angle that gets like zooming detail shots. Because if you watch the show, they had a lot of like zooming shots. The edits would happen, a lot of like dip, fade to black. So in here, you can see right here, there's like, it comes forward, dips, fade to black, closer. They did a lot of forward, reverse. So everything I did was trying to cater back to the MTV Cribs original videos and pay homage to that and make you feel like you're watching a Cribs episode, and then all of a sudden you realize it's a music video. But you have to, with that being the idea and the concept, you can't shoot it a different way, because then it doesn't feel like, oh wow, this is a Cribs episode, or I see what they're doing here. So with whatever idea you have in your mind or you're going with, you need to try and replicate not only in the way you shoot it, but the way you edit it as well. And so even bringing up the old kind of similar title here, had this guy Max drop this title for me, so it just kind of felt reminiscent of the old Cribs title as well. And then again, finding that classic like kind of royalty-free cheesy hip-hop music for the intro. And then lastly, to tie that whole kind of piece together, and again here you can see the slow-mo version I was talking about. So play the clip, and then it dips to black to that same clip but slow-mo, and then you see, because we don't have we're not shooting in a high frame rate or shutter, you have that motion blur. So that was just, a big part of it. And then the last thing that tied all together was our Tropic Color aspect ratio mats. Everything back then was 4:3. So having this aspect ratio to bring the square format in back to what it was. We shot everything kind of with frame guides on the camera, so we knew what we were framing up. But yeah, having those frame guides, because again, that look right there just does not speak to that era and to that show. So making sure that we had those in there was super important to tie it all together. Again, you can see the fade to black. And so yeah, shooting it like a non-traditional music video. You don't have these setups where it looks high and glossy and the lighting's cool and you have multiple angles. We wanted everything to feel like you're watching an MTV Cribs episode, but a music video is kind of happening at the same time, or that the Cribs episode was turned into a music video. And then yeah, you realize that Kyle came home early, or Tyga came home early. Kyle had to run off, and then the crew is just kind of like, oh, we're here to shoot your episode. And so we threw in a few skits to add some comedy into it. Kyle really wanted to show off some acting and do some acting and make it funny as well, because the whole idea of the concept is funny in and of itself. So we felt that the skits were important to not only telling the story, but adding to that comedic value of what's happening and really selling the idea of Kyle is fake flexing in another rapper's house. As far as the edit, I mean, again, it's pretty straightforward. The only really things I did were these dip to blacks. And then, to the slow-mo, that's really the only edit. Otherwise, it was pretty straightforward. No real crazy effects or anything like that. And then lastly, the color. Wanted to color it pretty generically, just like a straight up, like, on those TV shows or any sort of reality shows, there's not like a highly stylized look or color. It's pretty straightforward, just a little bit of contrast, some color, saturation. So not too like much of a crazy grade going on here, just a little. If I toggle this on and off for you guys, you can see kind of what I did color wise. So levels and then the color. So there's the raw footage and then here's the color. Do one more here. Raw footage, color. So pretty straightforward color. Just add a little pop in the color, a little blue in the shadows, a little contrast, just to give it a little bit of a colorful vibe, but nothing too crazy. Then at the end, just letting some of the bloopers play out. Just letting Kyle freestyle. Kind of talking to him on the day of the shoot was just like, yo, we're gonna use this all for B-roll for the video as you're walking around the house, but it'd be great. We're gonna roll audio and just capture. I think it'd be fun to add some bloopers to the end, like we actually shot a Cribs episode. So this is all Kyle freestyling, having fun with it. And yeah, that's kind of the breakdown of the video. It's pretty simple, straightforward. It was actually a big crew that day. We'll be dropping a BTS video and going really in depth. Raw BTS will be dropping on Learn Music Videos. We'll be doing like a cine and also a more detailed, in-depth breakdown, narration on our Learn Cinematography, Learn Music Videos course. Mainly Learn Music Videos, that's where this one is going to live. So if you want to see more about that, the in-depth behind the scenes, raw behind the scenes, seeing how the set really worked and just hearing a lot of our tidbits of information, go sign up for that today. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little insight into this, and now go watch the video and show it some love. We had a lot of fun with this one, and we're super stoked with how it came together. All right, guys, peace.